more than half my being. Come on, everybody, just swing it. We're gonna set the atmosphere. Come on, just wait with us. I'm nothing without him. Yeah. I'm nothing without him. I'm nothing without him. I'm nothing without him. In him. The audacity of faith. I've been challenging you to increase your level of anticipation to receive from God based upon hearing his word. But today on week 7, we're not coming to seek faith for a bigger house or a new car or fancy clothes or more money in the bank. Today we're not seeking God for new relationships and breakthroughs and discoveries. Today we've gathered in this holy sanctuary. Today we've gathered with the audacity of faith just to get through this. Because I realize and I recognize in my prayer time, I realize that somebody that shows up Sunday after Sunday is at the brink, ready to give up on a bunch of stuff, ready to throw in a towel on their marriage, ready to walk away from their family, ready to leave. So somebody is in a point of where I'm ready to quit. I can't take anymore. I'm here too long. I'm suffering too much. Somebody is right on the edge, and just one more thing gonna tip over, and I come to give you a word. The audacity of faith to get through this, and I can't label what this is because everybody's this is different, but I do come to tell you that there is a word.
There is a word. Yes.
There's a word to get you through your this. We see here in the text that Jesus cried out. Yes, Jesus. Jesus cried out, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Have you ever been in a situation that was so devastating that you cried out, God, why have you forsaken me? Have you ever had a series of circumstances that make you wonder, is God mad at me? Has God forsaken me? Has God abandoned me? Have you ever been in a position where you start looking at the score of your life and saying, maybe God is mad at me? Is there anybody here today that has ever felt like maybe I'm operating under a curse because I've been bad all my life? Maybe I've made so many mistakes and that's why things are stacking up the way they're stacking up against me. But I come to tell you today, you will have the audacity of faith to get through this.
Yes.
All kind of stuff is happening.
Yes, it is.
It's like thinking you're being hit from every side. We have the innate ability and strength to make it if it's just bad at home. Because we have some escape routes. When things are bad at home, you can run to work. But what happens when things are bad at home and things are bad at work? Many of you use the church as a drug to hypnotize you. Many of you run to the church to get your dose and to get your feel on, so you can feel like there's nothing going on in your life. But what happens when home is messed up and work is messed up and church is messed up? What happens when everywhere you go and everything you touch is all messed up?
Lord Jesus.
What do you run to when there is no comfort level?
Yes, Lord.
When there are no hiding places, where do you run to?
My God.
Look here in the text. We see Jesus. Yes, I said Jesus. He had to go through some stuff. And if Jesus had to go through some stuff, that makes it real clear in my life that I too must go through some stuff. The Bible says here, the Bible says Jesus was hanging on a cross between two criminals, two thieves. They could have at least hung him by himself. But they hung him between two criminals, two thieves, two bad guys. And all alone while he's hanging them, mocking, making fun of him, challenging his power and authority. They say stuff like, you trust God? Now look at you. That's hitting home for somebody. You trust God now? Look at you. Do I have a single mother in here? You made your mind up. You weren't going to get by doing things. You weren't going to get by laying down. But you were going to trust God. And now your lights are off. And now you've been evicted. And somebody is saying, you trust God now. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. You said you weren't going to sell drugs anymore. You said you're going to get a job and live a good lifestyle, but you can't find a job because you got a record and you're walking around saying you're trusting God, but you can't even afford a Big Mac. Look at you. Trust God now. Look at you. Has anybody ever been there where you make your mind up, I will trust the Lord all the days of my life, and your life ends up all jacked up and messed up? Anybody here ever been in a wreck while you were riding with Jesus?
Come on, Pastor Decker.
Well, it would be all right if I crashed when I was on my own. It would be all right if I had a wreck when I was by myself. But what happens when I crash and Jesus is with me? What happens when I put everything I have in a Jesus basket and all my eggs crack?
What happens then?
What happens when no longer do I attend happy hour, but all my hours look sad?
What happens then? Jesus this morning.
Jesus on the cross. But Jesus on the cross. He said, you help others. Now you're all alone. Can I be honest, real transparent? When you spend your life assisting others and building others up and helping others to find yourself hanging on a cross all by yourself, that'll make you wonder, was all this stuff worthwhile? When you fed folks, now you're hungry and nobody will feed you. When you gave rides and now your car broke down and nobody give you a ride. Have you ever been there where you were a giver, now you need it, there's nobody to...
Preach, man! Nobody! Yes! Preach, man!
Have you ever been an encourager, but when you need encouraging, there's nobody?
Come on, man, I got praise. Yes, preach! Yes, Lord. Yes, Jesus.
You fed the hungry.
Yes.
You clothed the naked. You gave shelter to the homeless. Now you're going through it. Everybody has turned their back on you.
This morning, rest this morning. What about when you feel that way, Pastor?
Jesus. You help others. Now you're all alone.
Jesus.
You sacrificed
Yes, Lord.
for your children's education.
Lord.
To give your children a better life than what you had. And when they get that better life, they kick you out of their life.
Jesus this morning.
Jesus. How do you keep going?
Yeah. How do you do that?
Jesus.
Yes, Lord. Jesus.
Woo! Jesus.
They tell Jesus, you said.
Yeah.
You had faith.
Come on.
Now you're left hanging.
My God. Come on, Pastor Decker.
And sometimes in his walk, sometimes in my position in office, the man of faith sometimes feels I'm hanging all by myself. You call me at 3 a.m., I show up to the hospital. I show up to the courtroom. I show up to the jailhouse. I show up to your house. But what happened with my house? Have you ever felt like you had faith, but you were left hanging all by yourself?
Jesus. Come on, press this morning.
I'm just trying to paint the picture of the time.
Yeah, that's what the Lord and Savior was this morning. Come on.
We call this week Passion Week, a Holy Week, because this is the week where Jesus went to the cross. But we fail to explain in the church setting, when we talk about Passion Week and Holy Week, we fail to give you the clear definition of what it really means.
Come on, Pastor Decker.
Passion in the Latin text means difficult struggle.
My God.
So this week is not about the glorification of the cross, but the struggle of the cross. We wear pretty cross, we wear pretty shirts and crosses and all kind of stuff to look real pretty. But I come to tell you, church, we can't forget about it. It wasn't a pretty cross, it was an old rugged cross. And Jesus went through a whole week of struggle and suffering. The Bible says we are Christians, which means we are Christ-like. So it wouldn't take me a whole lot of investigation to realize and come to the conclusion that there's somebody in here that's Christ-like, which means you're going through a trial of suffering and struggling.
My God, this morning.
My God. Yes!
I know you thought if you show up this morning at a place you go to grow, I will talk about money coming, joy, peace, and happiness. But I come to tell you, in the midst of your seeking joy, peace, happiness, and money coming, and houses and cars, I come to tell you, you got to know how to go through a struggle every now and then. Because I come to discover the car can't give me comfort. The house can't give me peace.
My God. My God. My God, this morning.
Bless him, Lord.
Watch this. Let's walk through the text. The first thing I need you to see here is that I must keep the audacity of faith in the midst of a negative position.
Right.
Get that? Keep the audacity of faith in the midst of a negative position.
I hear you this morning, Lord.
Because notice, he was stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
And sometimes we find ourselves stuck. 2 men real quickly. Dig, Reverend, come on, jump on the street. Stuck in the middle. Yeah, be smart, man. Walk on the street. In the midst of negative stuff.
Yes, Lord.
Negative position. Watch this. Stuck. Go on this side. You would have thought. Now, let me make a picture. Not too long ago, they were shouting, Hosanna, Hosanna. Not too long ago, they were jocking Jesus. He was feeding them and healing them and blessing them and setting them free. Not too long ago, they were rolling with him. Sometimes the same folks who high-five you will be the same folks who stab. And you gotta understand, you're gonna walk with Christ every now and then. The same folks you bless and fed and clothe and encourage will be the same folks that make you cry. For a matter of fact, some of your hardest hits will come from the inside. Sometimes the person that with your last name will make you cry. Sometimes the person you spit at your own wound will wound you.
My God.
In the midst of a negative position,
Come on.
I must make my mind up to keep the audacity of faith. I'm coming through this. Come in closer.
Yes, God.
Come in closer. See, sometimes you're stuck. Can't go left. Can't go right. You're stuck. And the devil wants you to, when you get stuck in the middle, he wants you to look where you're at. Give up. Because if I look too hard at what's pressing in around me, it'll stop me from looking forward. A little closer. Two broke women. At least I can get my weed done.
Jesus.
Don't be turned off by folks who going through your same struggle and talk about you. See, because what the thieves were doing is they were giving a self-visualization of their current situation. They couldn't see themselves beyond the cross, so they mocked everybody on the cross. And there are some people that's mocking you because they can't see any of y'all coming out. Men in the club as hooches, we gonna probably ash to ashes, dust to dust as hooches. We met puff puff pass, we gonna probably die puff puff pass. But can you see yourself outside of the inner circle you've been conditioned to mingle in? Can you see yourself beyond your current setback? Can you see yourself out of that situation? Because Jesus could have got right back. You thief. You robber. Yet he just kept hanging. Because he knew something was about to happen. And when you know something is about to happen, why are you crying? But you know something is about to happen. Why you been knocked down? But you know something is about to happen. Why you limping? But you know something is about to happen. Why you bleeding? But you know something is about to happen. Has anybody ever been there while you were going through something and you were getting ready to throw in the towel, but something in the inner spirit told you, hold up, man, hold up, woman, something is getting ready to happen. Because the Bible says, from the 3rd hour, from the 6th hour to the 9th hour, from the 6th hour to the 9th hour, the Bible says, all the land got dark. But I'm getting ready to leave you. But I gotta give you 2 more tidbits. I gotta keep the audacity of faith when everything around me gets dark. Because the Bible says, from the 6th hour to the 9th hour, the whole earth got dark. Anybody here ever been through a dark situation? Dark mean pain. Dark mean negative. Dark is scary. Anybody here in a scary situation? Anybody going through some frightening stuff right now? Can anybody not see? Because night will capture your vision and night will capture your sight. Anybody here can't see your way out right now? Well, I come to tell you, when it got real dark and Jesus was getting ready to give up the ghost, he remembered one thing that I got to tell you on my way out of here. He remembered one thing. When God created man, God called man another speaking spirit. And what does that mean for me, Hutch? What does that mean for you, Deacon? When God said, you and I dare you to call your name right now. I dare you to say, Jesse, another speaking spirit. John, another speaking spirit. Sandra, another speaking spirit. What am I saying? why Jesus hung on the cross? Because he knew light is getting ready to take over the darkness.
Yes, sir! The light! Jesus!
Somebody still saying, preacher, all that sound real good, but how do I get through what I'm going through? Because right now you got Jesus hanging on the cross, hollering, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? But I come to tell you, that's not the end of the story. Because you got to understand what took place right before the cross. Jesus said, Father, let this bitter cup pass. Because Jesus knew he was getting ready to go through all hell and high water. So he said, Father, let this bitter cup pass. But watch right here. He don't stop right there. He said, let it pass. Then he comes to his reality. He said, but nevertheless, let thy will be done. So I'm hanging on the cross, but I know God's will is getting ready to be done. And what's God's will? Because after he hung on the cross, you do know they buried him in a grave. And somebody said, story over. The story is 3 days later, he got up again. And why did he get up? He got up so you and you and you and I can get back up again. That's how I can keep the audacity of faith to get through this. Because I know, no matter what it looks like, that's not how the story is. Anybody glad? Your current status is not how the story go in. Your current relationships are not how the story go in. Your bank account is not how the story go in. That negative doctor report, that's not how the story is going. That addiction, that's not how the story is going. If I got anybody this morning, they getting ready to sing this song. If I got anybody this morning with the dastardly faith that comes to this altar declaring, that's not how my story going to end. I'm going to be set free right here. I'm going to be delivered right here. Listen, if you desire, first of all, a relationship with Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior. Well, I'm not ready yet. I still got some stuff I got to deal with. No, you deal with it at the altar. You deal with it by saying, Jesus, yes. And because once you say yes to Jesus, he starts to empower you and give you the strength to say no to some other stuff. So you can't get right by yourself. I couldn't get right by myself. She couldn't get right by herself. And you can't get right by yourself. That's why there's a Calvary. That's why there's a cross for you and I to come to and say, Jesus, take me just as I am and remold me and reshape me. If that's your story, won't you come to this altar? If you're here and you desire partnership and membership with the Greenhouse International Church, the place you go to grow, you've heard a word, it has inspired you, it has encouraged you, it has motivated you. You want to be a part of this team, you want to be on this side, won't you come right now and say, yes, I want to be a full-fledged full operating, full functioning partner of the Greenhouse International Church. Won't you come to this altar? And thirdly, but not finally, we're here to offer you an opportunity to pray with you and for you. We're going to touch and agree with you that that's not how your story is going to end. We're going to touch and agree with you that your best days are still yet ahead of you. We're going to touch and agree that the stone will be rolled back. Whatever that is that's stopping you and preventing you and trying to keep you in, it's going to be rolled back at this altar, and you shall be set free. If you have the audacity of faith to come, won't you come now as they sing this song?
I'm nothing without Lord, everything I've been through, every struggle that I've been going through, yeah. I'm nothing. I'm nothing. I'm nothing. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Lord, you never turn your back on me. Nothing. Everybody else is gone.